Alright, so starting off with quite a simple recipe, some tabouli and tatziki. So I've got 3 cups of water here just on the heat for our bulgur wheat to make the tabouli. I've got 1.5 cups here. There's a couple of ways you can do it. You can soak the tabouli, in particular with the lemon juice, coriander and tomato, if you're using the fine tabouli. Otherwise, if you've got the coarse one, we're just going to pour the boiling water over and it's just going to absorb in. So I've got 1.5 cups of bulgur wheat and I'm using 3 cups of water. So just pour the water straight over the top. Just take a sheet of Glad wrap. I'll just put that to one side to steam gently. In the meantime, we'll start on our tatziki. So I've got just over about a cup of organic natural yogurt there. So we're going to be adding into this some cucumber, a bit of lemon zest, a little bit of lemon juice, some mint, and a little bit of either olive oil or flax seed oil I'm going to use today. So I'll start with the cucumber. I'll just chop that into small pieces. This is a great cooling dish for a hot day. Very refreshing anytime you're using cucumber and mint. They're both 2 things that are really good for cooling the system down. Stir that in. We just take the zest of about half of 1 lemon. We'll save that other half for the tabouli. And juice. Depending on what sort of yogurt you're using, how thick it is, you just gauge that on how much lemon juice and olive oil you're adding, or flax oil. This one's already quite a runny yogurt, so we don't want to make it too liquidy. I'll just add a touch of lemon juice in there. And with the zest, that's also going to give plenty of flavour. A little bit of flax oil or olive oil. And some fresh mint. You can use a fair amount of mint, particularly if you've got it growing in the garden. It's one of those things that tends to grow like a weed. It's so handy to have in abundance in your garden. Always nice for making that fresh cup of herbal tea. It's used a lot in sort of Greek, Turkish, Moroccan sort of styled foods. Also Indian cooking, you'll find a bit of mint in there. Pop that in. I'll give it a little touch of sea salt, some cracked pepper. And just give that a stir and we can leave that for those flavours to infuse. I'll just put that over to one side. In the meantime, we'll get some tomatoes chopped up, the rest of the cucumber, and some more lemon juice for our tabouli. We'll just remove the core and the tomatoes. We need a relatively small dice on the tomatoes. Tomatoes is one of those things, if the knife isn't sharp, it's relatively difficult to cut them nicely unless you've got a serrated blade. It's always really important to try and have a good sharp knife in your kitchen. It saves you a lot of time A lot of headache rather than trying to fluff around with a blunt knife. Okay, and a cucumber, also dice. Put that lemon zest in here. And some chopped parsley. So do need a fair amount of parsley for this dish. Traditionally it's chopped fairly finely, so we'll just remove any thick parts of the stalk. And chop away. Take a little more. Just run the knife over it a few times, just keep gathering it again in bunches. This makes it easier to get a finer finish. Okay. Let's have a look at our tabouli. Just needs a couple more minutes to finish absorbing the water. So we'll give that another 5 minutes and we'll come back to it in just a second. Okay, so we'll continue on. The bulgur wheat is now soaked up all the moisture. If there's still a little bit of bite in it, that's quite good. It's what we want because we're going to let it sit also for another half an hour before you're going to serve. And it soaks up any lemon juice, the juice in the tomatoes, the cucumber, and it becomes fully cooked in that sense. So anyway, you can just gently mix through the tomato, cucumber, lemon zest. Also add our parsley in there. And I've still got juice of half a lemon in here. I'll take one more. And either you can use olive oil or flax oil. Sprinkle of that. Some cracked pepper. of sea salt. We'll just mix that through there gently. This is a great accompaniment to many dishes or on its own. Goes really nicely with some hummus and pita bread or falafels. Okay. I'll just give that a quick taste. It's good, so when you taste it, you want to be able to make sure you can taste that lemon. You can feel the parsley. You've also got a little bit of richness from the oil. You want to get a little bit of everything there. And that's what we're looking for. So in the ideal world, probably I would cover this and let it sit for another half an hour again, and then serve it. And that way it just gives a chance for all those flavours and the juices from the tomato or cucumber to get soaked up and really absorb in. And then either onto a plate and we can serve it with the tatziki, or you can also just leave it in the bowl and put it on the table if you're using it as part of a meal. Just put a little bit of the tatziki around the edge there. There we go, nice easy tabouli, a bit of tatziki dressing, enjoy.